Hey everyone, welcome to my kitchen today. Today is one of those days where it's lunchtime, I'm home by myself, and I just wanted something kind of quick. I don't want anything heavy. I just spent 5 days at Disney World with family, eating, all the food there, and I really just wanted something lightweight, something a little healthier, just quick. What I'm going to do today is make a chicken stir fry. It's not chicken fried rice, it's chicken stir fry. It's something fast, simple, healthy, has some good components to our mental health, and you know what? I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm finding bruises all over in places that I didn't know I have bruises. These mysterious bruises are coming everywhere. And you know what? It is what it is. My body's still recovering. If you have ever gone to a theme park, you know what I'm talking about. Just keeping it simple. Bear with me today as we get started. As we go through this process, I'm a one-man crew. Camera crew is kind of out today. They're taking a hiatus. Camera crew, aka my husband, he is out of state, so it's just going to be me. Got my new fancy handy dandy little microphone because I quickly learned through trial and error that y'all couldn't hear me, so we're going to give this a shot. All right, let's see how we go. Welcome and join me today in my quirkiness. We're going to have fun. So I've got all my ingredients assembled. Now I just have to prep things, but if you know me, I am a little insane with organization and kind of having those right tools. The key is to find the right knives, the right scissors, whatever you're going to use that work for you. I am a huge fan of these little baby Santoku knives. They seem to work for my hand. They're the perfect size. I use them for everything. No, they're not the proper knife, but it's okay. You know what? This is my kitchen. You are going to use your kitchen and we're just going to have fun. Just make it work. I'm also a little crazy because I like to cut my chicken with scissors. I know that's not the proper way, but you know what? I'm 5. I'm super picky with things and I don't like all the fat on chicken, so I trim it off. I don't like using my cutting board to cut chicken because I don't want to have to try to take the time to wash it with soap and water and then bleach it and throw in the dishwasher. Who's got time for that? Just do it your way, whatever works for you. I'm going to start by opening everything up. I'm using broccoli and carrots because those are the vegetables I like. Feel free to use whatever vegetables you want. Again, 5. This is what works for me. So I'm going to get these put in my colander, get them cleaned up real quick. Then I'm going to start cutting the chicken and we'll go from there. All right, I've got almost all my broccoli cut up. I'm still working on a couple of the little pieces and some of my carrots. Going through weeding out some pieces that don't look good or that I just don't want because, I'm just very picky. Cutting up some carrot. I got a little pile off to the side here. This is what I'm going to throw away. This is what I'm going to put in my dish. So let me work on getting these last few pieces cut up and then we'll start the process of putting everything together. Anyone that has watched me knows that I don't like chunks or pieces of my food really big, and I also rinse my chicken off. Sorry, it's just me. Not going to apologize, but you know what? That is what it is. This is what I like to do. I like to cut my chicken up. I like to give it a good, let's come on in a little closer here. Bear with me again. I'm my own videographer today. And you know what? One of the things that I do a lot in our house is we don't use fancy plates and stuff. Paper plate works just as fabulous. You know what? Let's come on in and cut some chicken up. All right, I got my water going and I'm just going to give it a quick little rinse off. You see things like this, parts of the chicken like this, that really disgusts me. I can't handle it. Well, I'm going to come in and I'm going to get rid of it. And yes, I'm probably going to butcher this chicken, but that's okay because you know what? We're going to cut it up into chunks anyways. So what does it matter? Gonna keep kind of rinsing as I go along and see, I don't want this. I think this is a tendon or veins. Again, I'm super picky. You know what? If you like it, by all means, leave it in. Me, not so much. Not so much. Just kind of cut away here. Here's a vein. I really don't want nastiness in my chicken. Rinse it off real good. I think I've got most of it. No, here's a little spot. Sorry. Found another section. Okay, I've got all of this pretty good and trimmed. So now what I'm going to just do is bring it over to my handy dandy paper plate. And I'm just going to start cutting it. I usually start, excuse me, start by cutting it into strips first. Really big pieces, and then I go back and kind of trim it down into smaller, more manageable bite-sized pieces. Oh gosh, can't even talk today. Having some brain fog, y'all bear with me, it happens. I'm going to work on getting these all cut up, but I just wanted to show you what I like to do. Makes it quicker and easier to cook up, especially if you don't have a lot of time. You can always prep all this the day before and then just come in and throw it together in your skillet and be done with it. You don't have to worry about it. You can cook it. Oh, there's a little piece. You can cook it and be done with it, and Bob's your uncle. There you go. Keep cutting it as I find little pieces that I just don't like. See, like this right here. There's just something about it I don't like. All right, so I'm just going to cut it and get rid of it. And then I'm going to keep working on cutting my pieces of chicken. And then we're going to hop over to the stove. We're going to get it all cooked up. I will see you in a bit. So I wanted to take a moment and show you everything I cut off. Is it wasteful? Probably. Do I care? No. Why fix something and leave these pieces in just because I don't want to be wasteful? I want to fix something that's going to make sense to me, that's going to make it so that I want to eat it and I want to enjoy it. Got to wash my hands, but here is what I've got left. This is one package of boneless, skinless chicken, and it works for me. Yes, I'll have leftovers. I can eat it tomorrow. Perfect. This is all that matters. Let me wash up my hands. Then we're going to start cooking. Here comes the fun part. All right, so here comes the fun part, cooking. So what I'm going to turn my burner on. I've got my wok. You don't have to use a wok. I just happen to have a good quality wok. You can use a regular skillet. Use what you have, even if it's a saucepan. There is no special cookware or utensils or anything needed for this. Just use what you've got. I'm going to turn my burner on. I'm going to let my pan start getting hot. Got my flame on pretty good. While I'm waiting for that to get hot, I'm going to go ahead and open up my olive oil. Let me give you a little bit of information about olive oil. I like to cook a lot with olive oil, and I like to use really good quality olive oil. Does it cost more? Yes. Can it be expensive? Yes. Here's why I advocate for really good quality olive oil. First of all, you're looking for olive oil that is in a dark brown or green glass bottle like this. The next part you're looking for is the cost. If it costs you $2 a bottle, more than likely you're getting an olive oil that is filled with filler oils. You can tell the difference in taste when you put olive oil in your mouth and you swish it around and you swallow it. If it leaves an oily residue in the roof of your mouth and it doesn't have a peppery burn in the back of your throat, then you know you've got some of those filler oils added to it. If you can, I would recommend a good quality olive oil. This costs about $20 a bottle. Not everybody can. That is okay. There is no judgment here. You do what you can afford. I try to make dishes that kind of hit all price ranges. For me, I would rather spend a little bit of extra money on better quality ingredients because I know what's going in my body is going to be a little healthier. Pan is heated up. I'm just going to pour in some olive oil. My pan is a non-stick pan, so I don't need much olive oil, but I do want it to be able to coat real good. Now, here's my broccoli and carrots cut up a little bit ago. I like these to be cooked down. I don't like things super crunchy. If I'm going to eat them crunchy, I want to eat them raw. I don't want to eat them in a dish. So I am just going to add these in. Here, you hear that sizzle? You know your pan's good and ready. All right, got it all going. Let's get everybody in the pool. Drop that in the sink. Sorry for the loudness. And I'm just going to stir it around. I'm also going to add my handy dandy chicken on its lovely paper plate. Again, just toss that in the sink. You can throw it away later. We're just going to get in here. We're really going to stir this around. We want the chicken to get nice and done and coated. Well, not coated, I should say, but browned. You get sort of that little crust on it from the saute. And you want to cook this until the vegetables are cooked down to where you like them cooked. As I mentioned, I like them cooked down a little softer, so that's why I put them all in together. If you like your vegetables a little crispier, crunchier, fresher, don't put them in right away. It really just depends on you. So kind of play around with what you like. My next ingredient, soy sauce. Use whatever brand soy sauce you like. I use what I can because I have my food allergies. I use what's safe. So I just go in and sprinkle until my heart's content. What I feel looks good to me. We're just going to saute it around. Give it a good stir. Let everything start to come together. I like to kind of push it around, kind of spread it a little so it can get good and cooked. Though it's not mixed straight. But while we're waiting for that to cook, I'm going to give you some facts about two of the main ingredients in this dish. I've talked about chicken before, and anyone that's seen my previous videos knows that chicken has tryptophan in it, which is one of the building blocks of serotonin. So serotonin is one of our mood stabilizing neurotransmitters, or our mood stabilizing hormones in the brain, but it's also in the digestive tract. Yes, most people, they think it's manufactured in the brain. What would you say if I told you only 10% of it was manufactured in the brain? The other 90% serotonin is created in our digestive tract. So when we take care of our digestive tract, that natural mood stabilizing hormone, it can get out where it needs to go and get disseminated to all the different cells in the body. Because guess what? Serotonin doesn't just play a role in our mood, it helps with our sleep, our memory, brain function, you name it. But what I want to talk about today is broccoli and carrots. I haven't talked about that yet. So I got my handy dandy cheat sheet again, because you know what, there's too much going on for me to try to remember everything and cook at the same time. Broccoli. Broccoli has sulforaphane in it. Sulforaphane. Let's see if I can say that right. This protects against neurodegenerative brain disease. These would be things like Parkinson's, multiple sclerosis, Huntington's disease. It also protects against inflammation. And guess what? Broccoli has B vitamins in it. I talk a lot about B vitamins. B vitamins really support our brain health, okay? It supports that serotonin production and that dopamine. So we really, really, really want to build this up. If you take a look, you can see that the chicken is starting to brown up. So I'm just going to keep giving it a little stir. This is a dish that does not take very long to cook. I see some pieces of chicken that I feel a little too big, for at least for my taste. So I'm going to come in and just break them up with my handy dandy spoonula, because I love these utensils that are a spoon and a spatula. This one is fantastic because I think it goes up to about 600 degrees Fahrenheit. I cook with these things, I bake with these things, I do everything. All right, let's move on to carrots. Carrots, we all know they have beta carotene. Not only high beta carotene, but they have high vitamin A. Both are needed for brain health. They remove oxidative damage. And guess what? They both support neuroplasticity in the brain. Neuroplasticity in the brain has to do with our ability to learn and to have memory. So when our brain is not functioning super well with that, with our neuroplasticity, we start having memory problems. We struggle with learning capabilities. So you know what? Let's build this all up. Almost done here. Gonna move on to the next ingredient. All right, so my vegetables are pretty much cooked down where I like them to be. My chicken is done. I'm still finding some pieces here that are a little big, so I'm going in and just cutting these down. This one's not cooperating, but just giving it a quick stir again. My final ingredient, could this be used to make it chicken fried rice? Yes. Could it also be used to serve all of this on a better rice? Yes. I just like dumping it all together. I like to use these steam pouches that you can throw in the microwave. This one happens to have some vegetables in it. It's rice. It has vegetables in it. You get it plain rice, you can get whole grain rice, you can get it chicken flavor rice, whatever tickles you fancy. I just like the one with the vegetables in it. I've already microwaved it. I cut it open. I forgot my scissors to cut it open. Just dump it right in there. See, it's already cooked. It's ready to go. You don't have to spend all this time making rice on your own. Add a little bit more soy sauce. Give it some flavor. I want to be careful with the amount of soy sauce I add because I don't want too much sodium. I'm trying very hard to limit the amount of salt intake in what I eat daily because I'm really trying to get healthier with just different areas. I don't want to add too much. You add your heart's content. Could you put something like teriyaki sauce? Absolutely. You could put whatever kind of sauce or seasoning you want in here to make it your dish. This is just what I like. Again, I'm 5, super picky. This is what I eat. Now it's done. I'm going to turn off my burner. I'm going to slide it over here off the heated element. And I'm going to reach into my handy dandy drawer here because I'm not close to my paper plates. I just grabbed a bowl. Typically, I would just eat this on a paper plate. You know what? We're going to go with what works today. Scoop some in here. And there you go. You have yourself a quick and easy lunch that is healthy, helps with your brain health, helps with mood stabilization, helps with mental health, and it just all around feels good. And if you feel good when you're making it, it is something you enjoy, then you know what? That's the best part of it all. So from my kitchen to yours, I hope you enjoy. Have a great day.